Former Hockey Canada president and CEO Bob Nicholson said he's sorry for not putting written guidelines in place on how the national sport organization should handle sexual assault claims. Manisa Dandabalan has the latest.
Former CEO and president of Hockey Canada from 1998 to 2014 apologized in front of the Standing Committee on Canadian Heritage when he was asked why there weren't any written guidelines in place for claims of sexual harassment.
I wish I could go back. I wish I could have put more policies in. I'm sorry about that.
Bob Nicholson, who's now the NHL team chairman and an executive with the Edmonton Oilers, added that he felt they handled the sexual assault claims during his time correctly, but they shouldn't have been held in private.
We were really thorough on that, and I lived that. I know how many times I met with those victims, and I wish we could change that we didn't go in camera. We did, and we didn't have it minuted.
Liberal MP Lisa Hefner says after today's meeting, Hockey Canada seems to understand that the culture needs to change.
We heard from Bob Nicholson today that he didn't think that they had done enough to address off-ice culture and off-ice incidents, and I think that's true. I think they really have to work on that. He said his focus had been on improving safety on the ice and with incidences that we heard.
During his testimony, Hockey Canada's Senior Vice President of Strategy, Pat McLaughlin, finally said how much the organization paid to crisis management firm Navigator as it dealt with mounting scandals.
I can tell you that as of year to date, I've been told that our dollars has been about $1.6 million with Navigator, and there's been no public funds that have been spent on that.
Appreciate you finally providing that answer.
He added that the lost corporate partnerships have cost the organization as much as $24 million in funding. NDP MP Peter Julian says they're finally starting to get some transparency, but there are still many things left in the dark.
The fact that no non-disclosure agreements have been waived, that no victims have been released from non-disclosure agreements, they continue, the victims, all the victims, continue to be muzzled. And it's not acceptable that some victims will choose to be released, some will not.
Carleton University Assistant Professor Paloma Rago says today's testimony was interesting.
Especially in the conclusion when each party got to make a statement, there was a lot of emphasis, a lot of surprise how genuine or how open the witnesses were. But at the same time, it tells me they were really open of what they'd done. Not so much clarity on what's going to happen moving forward.
Conservative MP Kevin Waugh says this meeting with Hockey Canada was by far the best one.
This was the first time that you could see Hockey Canada wasn't on edge. They have admitted many mistakes that they have gone forward talking about this issue from 2003, 2018, and even the lack of accountability.
None of the allegations have been proven in court yet, but both the Halifax and London police are investigating the incidents. Nicole?